When I tunnel camp, when I'm not gonna win like that because it's not as fun to watch, and you get people bitching constantly. But it's mainly because it ain't fun to watch, honestly. Though the bitching is annoying. Even when you don't tunnel camp, you have someone bitching earlier about me tunneling. But it's mainly for viewer experience to, you know, show more skill with the you know, the games. Because when you are tunneling camping, it is there's a lot of strategy. You know, memorizing all the hooks, etc. But it's not as interesting. Because and also a lot of the killers play very similar. Going for loads of chases is more interesting. Also, it's a nightmare for solo. Hey. Complete nightmare for solo. Like, if I played the way I need to play versus that team versus solo, it would just be a piss take. And again, this isn't speculation. We've shown this. These gens are awkward. Okay, that's not too bad. We've shown this. We're going for what's here? Hey. You can tell these guys aren't as communicating, right? I've shown it. I showed it for a month, 2 months, 2 week, 3 week ago, something like that. Like, I went full on with it, and we had really good results, you know, winning the majority of the games. But what I noticed happened is when I went against the solo team, it would just be a complete piss take. Like, they'd get like 1 gen done or something, and it'd be just piss easy. And when I went against the Swift, it'd actually be quite close games. That's what I noticed. So it was just complete piss take to solos. This match isn't over yet, no. It's a very, very good start, but it's definitely not over. Bad movement there. That's sealing it a bit more. But I would say DBD's community has got itself into a very weird spot. Oh, it's just fucking power struggle? Are you fucking kidding? Oh, classic. It's got itself in a really weird spot where you have them saying, you know, Swift is fine and blah blah blah, all this kind of stuff, and then when you start kind of, you know, using strategy and stuff for Swift to try and beat them, they get really pissy about you tunneling and camping and oh my god, killers, all this and that, right? But then if you don't tunnel and camp, and you go for more strategy and stuff, and then you lose to Swift, you have people being like, well, why don't you tunnel camp then? You know? And it's like this back and forth where it's like, you tunnel camp and they're like, oh, why are you doing that? And then you don't do it, and you say that you need to do that to beat them, and then they say, why don't you do that? And then da-da-da, and then da-da-da, you got me? It just goes back and forth. Kind of funny. Hey. I don't know why you waited there so long. I don't think I were even oblivious for it. Ah, man. Oh, wait, I can make this. So I want one per change the whole game. I'm fine with it, dude. When I go against solos, I always feel that I can go for chases as long as my chases are good. There's a big chance there. It's Swift, man. Like, it's not very interesting to me. Like, I'm starting to get to a point where I'll take the L versus Swift just so I can have more fun games with solo. Seriously. That's kind of where my head's at this point. It really is. Seeing as no one gives a shit about sorting out. The thing is, though, not every person playing killer will feel this, just FYI. So you will still get a lot of killers who will be tunneling and camping and all this kind of stuff because they don't want to lose against Swift, and I completely understand it. It's just, the game isn't as fun, man, when you go against them. It just isn't. Losing to people who you're beating in chase really quickly is just... it's illogical. Ba 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 ba. So yeah, if you go against me with Killer, you're gonna get a bit more of a chase. As long as I can keep handle, you know, losing games that I should win. Whenever I go against a Swift. But going against other killers, I can't say anything for them. Like, they genuinely might just not want to... Oh, nice! They might not want to lose, and I can't really, you know, I have no control over that. If they don't want to, and they want to consistently get wins, they're going to have to play like everyone's a Swift. That's how you do it. So when they go against you as a solo, and you see them doing certain things, you're like, why are they sweating so hard? It's because they're acting like you're a Swift, guys. They're acting like you're a Swift. They have to play like that if you were, you see. They didn't have to play like that if you were a solo, but they don't know if you are. You see? And that's all I'm saying. Just trying to make people understand, because I think a lot of people just don't get it. Up. Anyway, GG's to these. We got to play in a fun way, going around the whole map. Because they solo. Nice game. Get a win for getting dominant chases. Up. Yeah, if you want to have a consistent chance of winning as Killer in DBD, you need to act like every single team you go against is a strong 4-man. It's the only way you can do it. Otherwise, you're going to need to take the L's whenever you go against a strong 4-man. Because it's a whole different strategy. Going against a strong 4-man is not played the same as going against just normal solos. Normal solos, you can do good chases, and the pressure you put on with the miscommunication allows you to have like a full game with loads of chases. If you do that against someone on comms, they're going to have about 3 or 4 gens done before you even get to 3 hooks. There's some exceptions, I'd say. I'd say Nurse is probably an exception, right? Maybe Blight, like the strongest killers. They can fuck around a bit more, but even so, they're probably gonna have to use a bit of strategy, I'd say, to be consistent. The most consistent strategy I found to get wins, even when you're going against strong 4-mans, is I think she found it? No. Was she in a locker? I felt like I heard her to my left. I felt like I heard her like here. Was she in a bush? Anyway, it's going for 2 survivors. It's memorizing your first and second hook, and then only going for them over everyone else. That was very, very consistent. So if you do want to always have a chance of winning, that's probably how you're going to have to play. Just do remember, when you go against solos, you won't know, obviously. But because you're treating them as if they're like a strong 4-man, you'll probably dominate. Like, doing that tactic against solos, sometimes they don't even get a gen done. So we need DTBD. I love playing Killer, but already see how out of whack balance is between randoms and groups. Yeah, exactly. They could make Killer's ability to scale against the number of survivors grouped in a team. They could do loads of things, Gibbons. The issue is, a lot of people, for some reason, say there's no issue with Swift. There's no imbalance or whatever. Or if there is an imbalance, they need to make solo like Swift, but it'll never happen. So they're trying to do the impossible. They're trying to create an impossible thing. So instead of trying to create this impossible thing, why not do the easy thing where you can just debuff survivor friends? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, GG's. Enough about that. It's just my passion of the game. I can see that Swift does hurt this game quite heavily. I'm not saying get rid of it. I just think the imbalance of it does hurt this game quite heavily. It makes people playing solo and even killer a lot less fun than it could be overall. That is my 2 cents. Trying to get away from it.